Stand by to launch Fan Stream Sports.
3, 2, 1.
Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to Fan Stream Sports. Nothing but pure sports. This is the JP Show.
JP, it is so good to hear you back on the air.
Stand by. Now, here's JP.
All right, welcome into a Thursday edition of the JP Peterson Show. Man, we got a great one for you today. Not a whole lot going on. Just the fact USF has a new coach, which was announced yesterday during the show, but we got more. We got more for you today. The Rays have a new center fielder. The Trop is open for business. Ryan McDonough has been extended. The Lightning play tonight. What else we got? Signing day was yesterday. Anything else, Timmy?
Cowboys-Lions, baby.
Cowboys-Lions tonight. Jiminy Christmas. Lots of stuff to get to. We talked to the Bucs yesterday, so we'll do a little Bucs Saints preview as well, and whatever you folks want to bring into the chat. We love you. Come on down. Bring it on in. But lots to get to today. Brian Bradley, Lightning Hall of Famer, will be joining us at 10:30, and Joey Johnston from USF, sideline reporter, will be joining us here in just a few minutes as we set up the show here. And yes, of course, the good news yesterday from the Buccaneers, Mike Evans back at practice, even though it's just a walkthrough. Great to see 13 back out there. Jalen McMillan was out there as well.
Jalen was there too, yeah.
Yeah, so we starting to get healthier for the Buccaneers just in time for the NFC South stretch run. So, yeah, it's going to be fun. We got lots to get to. So I would generally say, Timmy, and yesterday we had Jeff Thidoff on our show yesterday on the breaking news, who covers Ohio State on a daily basis, and we learned a lot about Brian Hartline and how well regarded he is at Ohio State. And I think just judging from the national response, this is an absolute grand slam, home run, whatever you want to call it, touchdown, 100-yard kickoff return. It is all that and more.
Some are saying it's an upgrade. I don't know how we would know that, but some are saying that.
Certainly possibilities for that, given that, this is a guy that was mentioned for Penn State, and Penn State still doesn't have a head coach. I mean, I would guess very seriously that Penn State approached Brian Hartline. Why would they not? And he chose USF. Interesting. Very, very interesting. And I think it's a super smart call because I think he probably could have had one of those bigger jobs. But I think he's got something else in mind. And I think, unlike what Dion did, going from Jackson State and jumping right into P4 play at the Power 4 school at Colorado, whereas had he taken the USF job, and I said this at the time, and brought that same talent to USF, chances are he probably wins 10 games and maybe even a conference championship with Shedeur and Travis Hunter and all those guys.
Yeah.
But instead, he jumped into the deep end of the pool. That was his decision, and it has not gone well, I think, overall. And I think for Hartline, it's like, I need to find out how to build a program. I need to go to USF with a great opportunity there, with the money that and the resources that they're putting in this conference, the American, the way I can recruit. I bet he's looking at this very much so as I can go there and have immediate success. And not that it's just a stepping stone job, but the first things first. Let's go win 8, 9, 10 games in a conference championship, and then we'll figure it out from there. I think it's a great fit for USF, and I think it's a great fit for Brian Hartline. And a really smart play.
The recruiting dominoes are already falling. As he's mentioned, yesterday was National Early Signing Day, and one of the Buckeyes' biggest gets at the time, we thought, Chris Henry Jr., did not commit yesterday because of the departure of Brian Hartline, who recruited him.
Yeah.
So he has now put his recruitment back open, allegedly. He just hasn't signed, but what does that tell you? That he's, Hartline's gone. Does that mean maybe he's thinking of South Florida?
Could be. And that would be a hell of a get. And, so let's dive right into this. Let's bring Joey Johnston in from USF, their sideline reporter, longtime high school, college, pro reporter at the Tampa Tribune. What's up, Joey? How are you?
How you doing, JP? Happy Thursday to you and yours.
Yes, and happy Thursday at USF. Your first thoughts when you found out that Brian Hartline was going to be the new coach here?
I hadn't really considered him to be a possibility, honestly. I'd heard
It was kind of out of the blue, wasn't it?
Yeah, I heard the talk about Penn State and other things. I certainly knew he was a great prospect and was going to be somebody's head coach at some point. But I was a little bit shocked when I heard about it, honestly, and pleasantly surprised because this is a guy that is highly regarded. He has put out first round after first round receiver at Ohio State. He's a great recruiter. He's well known here in Florida for his recruiting. He's a pro player. He set the Miami Dolphins receiving record, for crying out loud, and he was a great player at Ohio State. So he certainly checks all the boxes. The one thing is, he's a first-time head coach. You never know what you're going to get, but everybody's got to start somewhere. And by all accounts, this is a great move for USF, about as good a move as they could possibly expect. So I think it's very exciting.
Let's just rewind a little bit to Alex Golesh leaving. And I said it on Twitter. I'll repeat it here. I thought Rob Higgins handled that in a most mature and very positive way, and really kind of set the tone for the fan base and also moving forward and upgrading. And damned if he didn't. I mean, it's all speculation, obviously, and to say that he's going to be better than Alex Golesh is obviously founded on just a lot of hope, quite frankly, because this guy's never done it before. But it's also a very impressive resume. What are your thoughts on the way this was all handled, Golesh leaving and this transition? I think it was done about as well as you could do it.
Yeah, I think Rob took control of it more than anything. Sometimes schools and coaches leaving, you get in a panic mode and, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? Where do we go? And Rob set the tone from the beginning, and USF was really in control of this thing. They certainly made a fair offer to Alex Golesh to keep him. Alex left pretty quickly. I'm sort of naive in these things sometimes. I actually thought maybe he might consider staying, but the speed at which he left, I think, it says what the deal is here. The money.
Are you a little miffed?
No,
is there a little...
you can't take this stuff personally. It is what it is.
Exactly.
It's a money game, and let's not pretend what this is. And is everybody telling the truth all the time? Of course not. And you can't let that get to you either. That's just part of the game here. Alex Golesh certainly did elevate the program, but the fact is that the Bulls are still looking for a conference title, and that was kind of the point of the whole thing, was to elevate it to that level. So it looks like Brian Hartline is up next, and he'll get a chance to do that, and he'll get a chance to open a new stadium. So great opportunity for him, to make a mark here in Tampa.
Were there any recruiting ramifications yesterday for USF? Did they lose? Did they pick up? Do they feel like they've got some more openings here? Will they do more work in the portal? And then the other big question is coming after.
Yes, yes, definitely more work in the portal. I don't think it's any kind of appreciable thing that they lost a few, they gained a few. But the way modern college football is now, particularly at USF, number one, you need to make some good ads in the portal, and number two, actually that may be number two. Number one may be retaining your own players. Brian Hartline coming in, we'll see if he can hang on to Keyshawn Singleton and Jeremiah Coger, two great receivers they have coming back. We're not sure what Byron Brown is thinking, what he wants to do. He's certainly going to have some opportunities. Is there any intrigue for him to stay under the new coach and write a great final chapter for himself here in Tampa? All of that's yet to be seen, but those two elements, keeping your own players in the portal has really leapt way ahead of what we used to get so fired up for signing day. The signing day is almost like an afterthought now. Kind of a shame, because it used to be like a big holiday in February, and we all got so excited about it. And now it's just kind of something that it's still important, but not as important as the other two factors.
So, you mentioned Byram there. Have you heard anything, talked to him, seen him, know any inkling about what his reaction is to this hiring?
No, not yet. And he's been very cryptic otherwise as to what he might do. The only thing you can say for sure is on Saturday night when he came in for one play to hand off and then got a curtain call. It certainly looked like he was saying goodbye to everybody as he looked at all the corners of the stadium and made the heart sign with his hands. And he even said as much afterwards that he couched it saying if this was my last time out there, I wanted to make sure that the fans knew I appreciated them. So
Yeah.
you read that for what it is. He's going to have opportunities. I mean, people say, "Oh my gosh, Alex Golesh will take him to Auburn." That could happen, but he's got quarterbacks there
Yeah.
as well on
Highly
his roster.
touted,
I don't know that
yeah.
that's a slam dunk, but even without that, Byram will have opportunities at lots of other places. I mean, there's going to be a ton of people who will be interested in having him. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. The typical thing would be for sure that he leaves and moves on. That would be the expected thing. If the other one happens and he stays, that would be probably unusual, frankly.
Yeah. Joey Johnston joining us here. Any news about we got a press conference coming up on Monday? Is that right?
That's what I've heard. I haven't heard officially, but I believe it is Monday. Yeah.
And any thoughts on how Brian's going to divide his time between obviously working, because the portal is coming up in the first week of January. You can do more recruiting as well. Obviously, just signing day is not the only day you can sign. You can still bring in lots of players. What any information on what the split's going to be or what his plans are?
Yeah, it's just going to be 24/7. He's going to have to carve out some time for USF. We used to see it in the past. I remember when Mark Richt took the job at Georgia from Florida State, and they were getting ready for a national championship. He was working around the clock doing Georgia stuff and doing FSU stuff. And the natural thing is, how can you do that? It's going to take away from your focus of your team that you're preparing with.
Game.
And it does, yeah. It does. And yes. So it's a hard thing, but it's the fair thing for him to continue on with Ohio State. I mean, they're going for a national championship, and that will have benefits for USF to have a guy, their head coach, in a high profile spot like that, and all the mentions and publicity they're going to get from that will have great benefit as well. But I know, a lot of it's going to be from afar, and he'll be doing some late nights and some early mornings, and that's just the way it's going to go. But I'm confident that he'll figure out a way to get it done somehow. It won't be the easiest thing in the world, but he'll be able to fulfill his obligations to Ohio State and do the best he can for USF as well.
So we talk a little bit about the college football world calendar that we have right now, and you have a lot of these dates overlapping. You're allowed to hire and recruit new coaches before their season ends, which we know is different than in the NFL. You've got National Early Signing Day the week before conference championship games. I don't like how everything's mixed together here. Talk a little bit about what your thoughts are on if these dates should be moved to better help programs finish their season without distractions.
I mean, it's such an obvious disaster. I don't know any other way to say it. And the weird thing to me is every administrator, every coach, everybody you talk to says, "Oh, this is just a mess. It's awful. We got to change it." Well, we'll change it then. Nobody I know likes it. So why do we have it? Let's get it changed. Let's move signing day back to February where it belongs, and let's have the portal after spring football. That makes the most sense to me. The other stuff is just insane. It puts so much pressure on the coaches to make decisions. It puts pressure on these kids to make decisions as well. I don't know that it's absolutely necessary that everybody has to go to the second semester and spring football and leave their high school. I know some have done it for years now, but others don't. We
went years without doing that. It was fun.
Yeah. There was USF had some players, that did not participate in spring football and came in and made meaningful contributions in the fall. So, but the whole thing of this early signing day and make these fast decisions for coaching and whatnot. It just hurts the industry, and I frankly don't understand it. And again, I've yet to see anybody say, this is why this is a good thing. Everybody hates it.
Yeah.
So why don't we change it? Why don't we change it?
And we changed it to this early thing, 4 or 5 years ago, this early. Well, and who made that decision? As soon as that decision was made, I was like, what are we doing with that? That's dumb.
Yeah.
Why did we even do that?
I think the coaches, enough coaches were backing it, and they thought that getting these players in for spring football and ahead of the semester was a good thing. But I think now that we're seeing it in real time, we see the effect it has on the hiring and firing cycle, and it's kind of a mess. So I think everybody's in agreement that this thing has to go.
All right. Well, good. That should, and then they'll put it. I think if this new legislation passes, the SCORE Act, they will be able to do a lot of things, like I think put in different regulations in terms of transfer portal. If they wanted to, they could cap coaches' salaries and buyouts if they wanted to, and I think they need to. They can change the calendar. They can do a lot of different things that everyone agrees would be best for college football, because, Joey, right now, nobody's watching out for the game in general. Everybody, all these power conferences are doing everything in their own self-interest. The SEC's doing it for them. The Big 12 is doing it for them. The two of them colluding together against everybody else is not looking out for the game as a whole. And because they want to, it's a money game, and you're trying to hold on to as much money as you possibly can. So, and obviously it's a finite resource. So there's got to be some leadership, either legislatively or some type of national organizing body, national, not by the conference power brokers, that does what's best for the entirety of college football. And I don't see that happening. And I think it's a huge problem. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, it's an obvious problem. And as we see the professionalization of college sports, we're seeing it like the NFL, but it's like the NFL with no rules.
Right.
And that carries on to even television contracts. I know I've heard it speculated from a lot of people who are very knowledgeable that if everyone worked together here and we had a collective television contract, probably be making billions more, leaving billions on the table the way it's fragmented. And you go back, and it's been a long time ago, 1963, when Pete Rozelle was the NFL commissioner, and he came up with the shared television contracts. And some people at that time didn't like it. The New York Giants were saying, "Why should I share my money with the Green Bay Packers, for crying out loud?" Well, because it turned the NFL into a multi-billion-dollar industry. That's what it did, and it caused the game to grow. And college football, I don't think college football is going away. It's more popular than ever. The viewer numbers are good, but it could be even bigger. I know there is a contingent of the population of fans that are getting a little fed up with the whole thing, the player movement and the craziness of it all. And they're not as avid as they once were. College football will always have great fans, but we have to be careful that we don't chip away at this great game.
Exactly. That's what happened. It's becoming more expensive for fans, and all the nonsense going on with the portability of the players. You can't follow them. It's what's happening to football is what happened to basketball, and basketball became almost irrelevant. So yes, they're harming the game. They're harming it in this ridiculous committee stuff that I think finally everybody sees through. God, I hope so. I mean, it is such a comedy show at this point. Like them trotting out this dude, a deer in the headlights guy, to try and explain what the unexplainable every week is really kind of funny. It's almost like a Saturday Night Live skit. It's like, okay, here are your rankings. They don't make any sense. Tell us why.
It's a TV show, reality show. And when they went to this system, and I believe it was 2014, the first 4-team playoff, I felt then, and I still feel, that they are going to do whatever they want to do. That's the deal. When it comes to push and shove at the end, they're going to put in who they want to put in, and they've had this 6 or 7 shows leading up to it to build the drama. But when it comes down to it, they're going to fix it the way they're going to fix it, and that's just the way I feel about it.
No, I agree. All right. Anything else we need to know about this hire? Anything else going on over the USF we need to know about?
Well, a big basketball game. We'll just change it up a little bit tonight.
Yeah.
Utah State coming in. They're undefeated, 7-0, and a really good team. So the Bulls have been up and down so far under Coach Bryan at 4-4. So if they can get a win tonight, that will be a big one. So obviously, everybody that goes to the England Center tonight, they'll be still celebrating the Brian Hartline hire, and everybody at USF is on a high about that the football program is moving in a good direction. But I think overall, between that and I don't know if a lot of your viewers know it, the volleyball team's in the NCAA tournament, which is a great thing as well for Jolene Shepherdson's program. So there are some positive things going on at USF, but the biggest thing I think is, despite the coach leaving for Auburn, that they've got a very, very fine hire, and the future continues to look very bright. A lot of big things happening for USF football in the coming years.
And as I told all those fans, and they don't want to hear it, with all their angst about Golish, it's like, hey, he may leave. It ain't going to be the end of the world. There's might get a better coach. Exactly.
There's always another coach.
Like, oh, my God. Don't even mention it. Don't talk about it. I'm like, yeah. Okay. All right, fine. But, you'll be okay. You'll be okay.
It's funny how quickly you can move on. It really, exactly. It's like all of us. We're all replaceable to some degree, and it's funny how quickly we can be swept out. And the same with a coach. As long as the new coach comes in and recruits players and wins, everything will be fine.
It can get better. Actually, win a conference.
It can get better. Let's not lose sight of the fact that the big enchilada is still out there. The conference title. USF fans got teased with the rankings and the college football playoff standings, but it still hasn't happened.
That was fun.
It still needs to happen.
That's why I said it's like, enjoy the moment. Like, stop talking about Alex. He leaves. Enjoy the season. Okay, he effed up. You didn't win the conference championship. You still got a bowl game. Where are we going bowling, by the way? Are we going back to Hawaii? That'd be nice. Any idea where the Bulls will play bowl game? Joey froze.
Oh, he froze.
He's gone. All right, that doesn't be that. I
wonder how much of the news of hiring Brian Hartline softened the blow for all those people who were mad at Alex Golish.
I think a lot.
It has to, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And this is what we're trying to say the whole time is you never know. Yeah. You never know what's coming. So enjoy. It's the same thing at Ole Miss. It's like, you never know when the next time you're going to be here. So you better enjoy it. And it may not be a perfect situation, but you earned it. Why don't you just keep your coach and give it a go? No, he's a hoe. By the way, I don't know if you saw this. Speaking of Lane, there's a big Mark Schlabach from ESPN came out yesterday with a story that we reported 2 weeks ago that FSU was in contention to get Lane Kiffin, and we're very close to landing him. And had they landed him, yes, they would have paid Lane Kiffin and they would have paid off Mike Norvell.
Right.
Obviously, with mitigation and offset language, that would hopefully not have been $72 million. They didn't have to write a check right away. But this is what I was told. This is what you guys were. We told you this 2 weeks ago, that FSU and people like see it on social media like, oh, that's not true. That's not like, yeah. And I was in it with Sidney Sweeney too. This is not a Ray's Ohtani situation, okay? FSU is not flush with money like Texas A&M or some of these other programs, although we're finding out all programs are in debt. Colorado, hello.
Big time, yeah. How about that?
Yeah. So, this whole thing about the money that we've been saying is like, wow, do colleges really have $72 million just to hand out to coaches that don't coach? I guess Texas A&M, well, I guess, we could fire Jim over. Okay. I guess they got that much money. Other, Penn State, all of them, okay. And FSU is not as rich as some of those, but they got plenty of money. They're not broke, but they're not flush like some of these others. It's a reality. No question about it. But, there's spending money and they're spending good money. Do you want to fire a coach and not have a home run hire waiting in the wings?
Yeah.
And some should say, well, you should have one waiting in the wings. Well, they thought they did. They gave it a go. Just like Florida thought they had Lane Kiffin, so did FSU.
Yep.
It's probably Ole Miss. So it is what it is. It's a crazy game. and it's only getting crazier, I guess, because of if they don't fix this calendar. And by the way,
it's a travesty.
Yes. FSU brought in the 14th, I think, top class. That's 13th, 14th, 15th in that area by most different scouting system. A lot of 3 stars, a few 4 stars. Not going to get into the minutia of it, but they, in my opinion, it's an okay class. In listening and talking to a lot of the experts, I haven't watched this. The consensus is there's some good players that need to be developed. Maybe 3 or 4 that could make an early impact, but it's not a home run class. It's not replete with really good offensive linemen or defensive linemen, which is where this is the most important thing, and it's not there. They did get some really good linebackers, which I think could make an impact early on. But as far as winning in the trenches, they're going to have to go to the portal and get some experienced players, which of course they can. And that's frankly where you want to get them. Offensive linemen aren't coming in. It's very rare for offensive or defensive linemen to come in and make an impact. Very rare. And they did not recruit any players of that caliber that can come in and start along the offensive and defensive line. So they're going to have to go get a bunch of them in the portal, especially on the offensive line. They have to replace the entire offensive line. So,
and the key for Florida State's recruiting, they are at number 14 according to 247 Sports. But is the number of commits that they got. They got 32 commits yesterday.
Yeah.
For the class of 2026. That is a large number, and that's good. I mean, because that gives you options.
It's good if you develop them,
guys. They
and
got
you play them
side of the ball.
Yeah, it's good if you develop and play them. If you bring in portal players and don't ever develop them, which is what Norvell has done,
right? Then
you have no staying power, and you have erratic up and down swings.
Right.
And again, I still don't think I don't think it's guaranteed Mike Norvell is going to start next season as the head coach. I still think there could be some moves made. But even if not, if they don't find the right guy that they feel could take over, then they'll keep him for another year while they build around him. A name that has come up as the new general manager is Martin Mayhew, who was a longtime NFL executive of the year, played for Florida State, is a local Tallahassee kid. I've known Martin for a long, long time. He's highly regarded as one of the most intelligent football players, was involved in the union for a very long time. Great talent evaluator, and he's a Knoll. And I think there's a lot of feeling around this program right now that we got to get back to, Knoll blood. And, Mike Norvell really does not represent that at all.
Yeah.
And, I think that would be a really good move to bring Marty Mayhew back. Super smart guy.
I even wore my Florida State hoodie for you guys today.
Thank you. What is that? It sure looks like an A&M hoodie to me. I don't know.
Well, I thought maybe I tweaked with the color on the screen and you couldn't tell.
All right, let's take a quick break. When we come back, Brian Bradley's going to join us from Benchmark International Arena as the Bolts get set to play tonight. And Ryan McDonough's got a 3-year extension, so we'll talk about that and some of the guys that are coming back. We're brought to you by the Jeeves Law Group, JEEVESLawgroup.com. They are local, they are trusted, and they get results. If you get in an accident, make sure you call Jeeves Law Group. They are small enough to make you a big-time priority, big enough to take on the big insurance companies. Offices in Tampa and St. Pete. Actually, people in those offices, you can go by and talk to them and get your free case evaluation. JeevesLawGroup.com. And by Genesis of Tampa, great lease deals and car deals going on. No payments for 90 days if you go buy a new car at Genesis of Tampa. So save that car payment money for the next few months and use it for buying me Christmas gifts. I think that's a great idea. Get a great car at a great price. And no payments for 3 months. GenesisofTampa.com. Back in 3. Stay with us. Experience the art of driving at Genesis of Tampa, where luxury meets innovation and every detail is crafted for you. From the bold G70 to the refined GV80, Genesis delivers power, elegance, and technology years ahead of its time. Book service online, and our Genesis Experience advisors will pick you up and drop off your vehicle. If available, you can enjoy a courtesy car while yours gets a complimentary interior vacuum plus a generous offer for your trade. Every new Genesis comes with the Miracle Advantage Plan, 10 years or 250,000 miles of powertrain warranty and 4 years of complimentary maintenance. Visit us at 801 East Bears Avenue or online at genesisoftampa.com. Genesis of Tampa, luxury redefined. Italiano Insurance would like to congratulate the Bucs on their 50th anniversary season. And you know what? We've been here for every season and then some, over 60 years in business. We've seen some smart coaches with great game plans, but if you don't have flood insurance or business insurance, that's a terrible game plan. That could ruin you financially. You don't want to take that L. So call 813-877-7799 and let their friendly agents quarterback your insurance and save you big money. Italiano also sponsors our FSU report every week, so go Noles. 813-877-7799 or go to italianoinsurance.com. Although it may seem tempting to go without health care insurance, the financial risk far outweighs the gain you may experience. For example, did you know if you simply broke your leg, it could cost you nearly $7,500? Put on top of that a hospital stay, you could be looking at $10,000 to $15,000. Ensuring that you don't go uncovered is so important, as according to CNBC, high medical bills are the highest contributing factor to why Americans end up taking money out of their retirement savings, or worse, find themselves filing bankruptcy. So go to don'tgouncovered.com or call 800-669-1505. Now, depending on your income, you can get plans for zero premium. Our experts will guide you through the process effortlessly. They will shop many plans and find the one that's right for you. I called and I have full health coverage through Florida Blue for zero monthly premium. It's a free call. So why go uncovered? It's a huge risk. Go to don'tgouncovered.com or call 800-669-1505. That's 800-669-1505. Are you having legal issues with a business partner or other legal business issues? The attorneys at Walters, Levine & DeGrave can help. Call 800-616-0384 for a free consultation. At Walters, Levine & DeGrave, we've redefined what a law firm can be with top-tier attorneys, personal service, and 26 years of success. From business law to civil litigation, we deliver smart, client-focused solutions. Walters, Levine & DeGrave recently won a $6.4 million jury verdict from a large real estate developer, and they can win for you too. Walters, Levine & DeGrave. Let's solve it together. Not attorney spokesman. For a free consultation, call 800-616-0384 or go to walterslevine.com. Offices Tampa, Sarasota.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show, brought to you by the great folks at Italiano Insurance. Hey, if you started a business in the past couple of years, maybe during COVID, and it's cooking now, even if it's like a side hustle, well, you got to make sure you're insured. And if you're not, you can lose all your personal wealth if you get sued. So make sure you have business insurance. That's ItalianoInsurance.com. They'll get it for you. Very inexpensive, depending on what your business is. So make sure you have it, though. ItalianoInsurance.com is where you go. Give them a call, 813-877-7799. All right, let's head out to Benchmark International Arena, where the Lightning are on the ice for the morning skate, and the great Brian Bradley is there. Lightning Hall of Famer. What's up, Brad? How are you?
Hey, JP, how are you doing today? Everything
I'm
good?
good.
I didn't bring my earbuds, so you're going to have to talk a little louder.
Oh, daggum. Okay, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
All right, good. What's who's on the ice? Is Hedman there? Well, McDonough.
Yeah,
in this
you know
new
what?
extension.
I'm watching the play right now. Victor Hedman is on the ice. He looks okay. Guess who else is on the ice right there, going down the ice? Braden Point.
All righty.
Too. I don't know what's going on here, but everybody's on the ice right now, except McDonough's not on. We have 8 defensemen on the ice, I think, with Hedman here. And then Vazzy's not on the ice right now, but I heard Vazzy's playing tonight. That's the rumor. Vazzy's not skating. Johansson's in the net down there, but I heard Vazzy's playing tonight. But Hedman and Point are both on the ice. They actually look good. So I don't know what the lines are. I'm not sure how this is going to play out. Who's in, who's out right now. They haven't done any line combinations really right now. They're just doing some shooting drills, like Yanni Gord's down here. You know, James is right here. He scored the other night. So we got some decisions to make. Here goes Hedman right here. He's got the puck right now, passing it up. Over the Point, there's Hedman right here, going up again. Yeah. He looks good right now. He's going down the ice right now with the puck, passing it up. So not sure what's going on with we got a lot of extra bodies here right now, I will tell you that. So something's got to happen.
Yeah, that's the thing, Brian. They've been playing such great defense, and Vassey's on like a 970 save percentage heater over his last 6 games, with goals against under 1. He's been fantastic, but the guys in front of him have been really good. The young kids, Santini, Declan Carlisle, Destu has been fantastic all year long. When Chernak and Hedman and McDonough come back, I hope they don't screw this thing up.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I mean, obviously, you talk about, Ryan McDonough signed a 3-year deal to stay in Tampa for $4.1 million a year. That's a great deal. I mean, he's getting older too. Let's not kid ourselves, but he's still a great defenseman, loves Tampa, wants to stay in Tampa, and that's good news. So, you know what? I'm happy for Ryan McDonough, but yeah, they're going to have to make some tough decisions coming up here because obviously we've got a lot of bodies here on the ice. I mean, you know what? Chernak's not on the ice, and neither is McDonough. So that means we have 10 defensemen in total. So,
okay.
But, see all the different guys are on the ice. We have the backup goalie, Johansson, who's playing. He played great on the road trip, too. I mean, obviously, Vazzy played the last game. I think he's playing tonight against Pitt. So, Datsu, he's played great. Carl's played good. All the defensemen played really good. But, Hagel's been unbelievable. He was what player of the week last week he was in the NHL, and then this week he's second player of the week with his numbers. What has he got? 6. I think he's got 15 goals, and Gensel's got 14 goals. I think Gensel's 2 points away from 600 points in the NHL playing his old team tonight. So if he gets 2 points against Pittsburgh, he will get 600 points in the NHL, Jake Gensel, tonight.
Yeah, so Sid the Kid is in town. The Penguins are in town, and I forgot but Gensel played for many years with Sidney Crosby. So he's been so good to start this season, has he not, Jake Gensel? Talk a little bit about his game.
Oh yeah, his game's all around. That was a great pickup by Julian Breesbaugh. I mean, fantastic. We gave him a 3rd-round pick, which probably will never play for a all-star player. Could be Hall of Famer. He played in the Four Nations Cup last year, Jake Gensel. I mean, he's got 14 goals this year. To me, I think so far right now, if I had to pick an MVP, like last year I picked Hagel and Cirelli, this year I'm going to go with Jake Gensel right now. But Hagel's really picked up his game. Vazzy's in play, but Gensel's been so solid. I mean, he will play for the Olympic team for the U.S. coming up in February. You know what? He's just a solid 2-way player, 2 points away from 600. I think he'll get it tonight. I really do. I think he'll get it tonight.
That's your prediction? I've already had a couple people ask me, hey, Bradley's got to give us a prediction. They bet by what you tell them, and they won last time. So what's your prediction for tonight?
I'm going. Well, they don't score a lot of goals, so I'm going to give them 3. But I think Christian Jarry. I think the guys look good today. They're coming off a successful road trip. We won 7 games in a row, but played the Islanders, lost 2-1. So I'm going 7-3 Lightning tonight.
7-3 Lightning tonight.
I'm going Kucherov with 5 or 6 points. I think he's going to blow it out tonight. I think he's going to have a massive 2 goals and 4 assists or something crazy for Kuch.
Betting Kucherov
right
tonight.
Now, Kucherov's going to have, I said, 10 points in his next 2 games.
Really?
That gets him right back into where he needs to be right now.
All right. I'm going right to the Hard Rock app and bet
Pittsburgh, and then we play obviously the Islanders Saturday. But those are teams he can build some totals up against if we get going. I mean, I like Pittsburgh. I mean, anytime you talk about Pittsburgh guys, you talk about Sidney Crosby. I mean, you know what? He's like one of those guys that, if your fans are lucky to watch him play, he's going to be in the Hall of Fame. He's one of those top 5 players to ever play in the game. I mean, he's got 18 goals this year, I think 29 points, but he's only got a year or 2 left in him, and then he's going to be winding down like Ovechkin. I mean, he's still got game. He still can play. He's going to be on Team Canada with John Cooper. I mean, you asked John Cooper, our coach from the Four Nations Cup. Sidney Crosby was the captain of the team, and you know what? Guys respect him. Guys want to play with him. Guys want to play for him. And you know what? He works hard. He doesn't take a game off. That guy is amazing. And Malkin, Letang, they've got a lot of good players on this team. So goaltending to me, Christian Jarry for Pittsburgh, he's okay. I mean, you know what? I think when you're talking about Vasilevsky to this guy, it's a big difference in goaltending.
Yeah. I would agree with that. And yeah, Pittsburgh's not bad. They're 13-7-5, 31 points. They're hanging out at 5th in the Metro. So they're coming off a W. So they've been okay. They've
just
been
3
okay.
losses on the road all season so far for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, they've been
it?
okay. Like I said, I think they've been pretty good. They've been consistent. They've been better on the road. I think their home record is 6-4, but on the road they're 7-3. So they're okay on the road. You know what? They won their last game the other day, Monday. They beat Philadelphia and Philly. So they can play good on the road. But you know what? I like our team. We're starting to play. We're starting to use our speed. We still are missing some players. I'm not sure who's in and out tonight. There's no indication right now who's playing and who's not. I know Coach Cooper's talking to Braden Point and Hedman right down by the benches right there. You can see there's a group of 3 guys. So I'm not sure what exactly. Right now they're doing power play combinations. Point and Hedman are not in any of them. So to me, that means they're probably not playing today. You got Kucherov, you got Oliver Bjorkstrand, Gensel over there, and then you got the second power play unit. James, Sorelli, Hagel. I mean, that's a great. Hagel's just been so fantastic. Same as Sorelli. When those 2 guys play together, they're just game changers. And I love Datsu. That kid, oh my God. He's a wizard with the puck on the back end. He's so smart with that puck. I love the way he plays. You know what I mean? So
yeah, and they, and adding Kuch to the Hagel and Sorelli line is really, that's really been a great line for this team. And those 2, talk a little bit about that chemistry between Kuch, Sorelli, and Hagel and how that's worked.
Yeah, you know what? It's just been interesting because usually it's been Braden Point all this time, but he's just been, Kuch is so good, but you know what? Sometimes you need a guy to get the puck for Kuch. He's not going to go in the corners and dig that puck out. Back in the day, it was, Killorn used to do that a lot. But, Hagel's so good at getting the puck, and Strelly, they're so good on the defensive side, stripping pucks and making plays happen. And you just get the puck to Kucherov, and he's a wizard with the puck, guys. I mean, you know what? There's not many guys in the NHL that can do what he does with the puck. I don't care if it's Connor McDavid or Nate McKinnon. The guy with the puck is just phenomenal. Is Nikita Kucherov. He's amazing to watch. It's just amazing. He was the 2nd or 3rd round pick in the NHL draft because I mean that's just a steal if you ask me for a guy of that talent. You know what I mean? So
they're working on the power play. I could see it right there. What do you?
They're working on power play. This is the second unit
to.
right here. Hagel's got the puck over to Datsu. You know what? Sorelli's in front. He's down low. That's Gage Gonsalves right there. They got James in front of the net. There's Datsu. You know what? The guys are working around, and they got the big units down there with Bjorkstrand. They got Radish on the point. Kucherov down here. So they're just working their plays right now, getting ready for tonight. Obviously, they probably didn't practice yesterday. They probably played. They played Monday night. Or, they played Tuesday night in Long Island, probably got back late Tuesday, so they practiced, had the day off yesterday. They'll practice today, probably tomorrow, and then I would think it's an optional skate on Saturday against the New York Islanders here, so should be a good one.
What do you think about this number 1 power play unit?
What do I think about the number 1 power play unit?
Yeah, the Lightning.
I think it's going to be better when Point comes back, you know what I mean? He's a game changer. I'm not kind of surprised, I'm not going to sit here and lie, but you know what? I mean, I like Nick Paul in front of the net. But, I like Hagel. Why wouldn't we give Hagel a chance on the number 1 unit with Kucherov?
Yeah.
I mean, they're playing together. I mean, Gensel and Hagel would be great on the power play together. I mean, maybe Coach Cooper wants to spread it out so you have 2 good power plays instead of 1 dynamic one, which I understand too. But Hagel deserves a shot to go to the number 1 unit, I think, because he's just been phenomenal all year.
Yeah.
Him and Gensel are the 2 best. I think my first pick for best player is Gensel. My second pick is Vazzy right now, MVP of the season, and my third one is Hagel. It could all change. You know what? I really like it. You know what? Datsu's getting better every game, but I like all our units. Yanni Gord's been terrific. You know what? All the guys have really played really well. You know what? Jurgensen stepped
how you win
up his
7 in
game.
a row.
I think he's played good.
That's how you win 7 in a row. All right, Brads.
Yeah.
Good stuff, my man. We'll see you tonight up there in the Mark.
Yeah, we'll see you tonight up there in the market. Have a great day. 7-3 win. Kucherov has 27 points. No, just kidding. No,
Get your prop bets ready.
all right, here we go.
Thanks,
Get the hats
Brad.
out, Lightning fans. Get those hats out. Could be coming out tonight, somebody. A hat trick.
Bring your worst hat that you want to throw and get rid of anyway. That's what bring it tonight because Cooch is getting a hattie. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. The great Brian Brown.
There he goes.
All right. So 7-3. There you go, Fitzy. Fitzy's texting me right now. Like I need a prediction from Brad. So going over, Lightning over, and Cooch with at least 2 points. Parlay.
Huh.
All right. Book it.
I like it.
Yeah. All right. You want to do some comments here?
Yeah, I got a Jameis Winston something for you.
Oh, well, by all means, let's go, Jameis.
We know the show loves Jameis Winston.
Yes.
And I like Jameis Winston. I just don't like Jameis Winston as a football player. But I love him as a quote machine, JP.
Of course, he's the best.
And as I'm scrolling TikTok last night, I come across the Jameis Winston account. And I love self-deprecating people, right?
Yes.
Matt Leinert's one of the greatest followers on social media because he still brings up the loss to Texas in the national championship game in 2005. All of the time he references that. So, Jameis Winston has made some questionable life decisions. One of those decisions may have been when he was at Florida State walking through a Publix grocery store. So last night, this was in response to what would you tell your younger self type of question, right?
Yeah.
This was his response. If you can see it there, it says, in your 20s, you will walk by the seafood section at Publix. It's very important that you keep walking.
He's gotten endorsement deals out of it. Yeah. Yeah, it's smart. Like, and that's a great lesson in communication, folks. If you F up, try to laugh about it. Try to have some sense of humor about it. Yeah, no, and everybody, yeah, he's made money off it, commercials off it, representing crap. Yeah, fantastic. But you may not know this, but even going back to my time at Florida State, that Publix on Pensacola Street was world renowned for football players getting free stuff. Like, it was just known. You go in there to the seafood department if you're a football player, you load up and you just walk out. That's and to Jameis's credit, he never threw anybody under the bus,
right?
And because he didn't want the hookup to go away.
Sure.
But even back in the day, like, that was just the thing, and the football players knew they could do it.
Why did he get in trouble for that? Was it because of what it was?
No, because this is all confirmed. This is all confirmed. Okay, there was a girl that worked at Publix that was a big time Gator fan. And she told her mom, who I think was an attorney or something, and said, yeah, the football players come in and they just walk out with food. She's like, really? She says, well, next time Jameis comes in, rat him out. No. So she did. Yes.
That's how that happened, huh?
Yes. Rat it out. Because there's be a Leon County sheriff by the, and just, they give you a bag, you walk out, walk in, you walk out. I'm not saying it's right. Not making excuses, but listen, every town, especially the Tallahassees and Tuscaloosas and Gainesvilles of the world, these players have different rules, and they get away with a lot. And in Florida's case, sometimes murder or attempted murder. So stealing crab legs is, it's just one of those things. It's like when Peter Warwick got suspended, cost him a Heisman Trophy for taking a discount at Moss Brothers. You don't think every one of I wasn't giving away drinks at the bar. Yeah. You don't think it's college. Everybody's got a hookup. You go to where your buddy works and you get a hookup. That's the way it works.
And that's what makes all of that era now, pre-NIL, before all of this was legal. That's what makes all of that so unfortunate, because you have these stories of the few guys who got busted for doing something everybody was doing and really should have been doing, right? Like, this should have been okay this entire time.
Absolutely.
For these student athletes who were making no money, no compensation legally for these multi-million-dollar programs, in some cases multi-billion-dollar programs.
Yes,
off
ridiculous.
of their efforts on the field, right? And I hate that for college football. And now we seem to have fixed it, but have we really, or we
No.
made another problem, right? So
yeah, we brought the dirty money on top of the table. That's about all we've done.
Sure.
But it's a much better experience for these student athletes now than it has ever been, and that's the way it should be.
Absolutely.
To the comments, Michael LaRue, good morning to you. Said Brian Hartline is a better hire than Alex Golesh was 3 years ago, and you could argue that Hartline is a better hire than Golesh is right now. I would agree with that.
I don't know how we know that, though. I'm not disputing
we don't
it.
know it. We don't. I was on a USF chat this morning, and of course, it's like, Hartline's awesome. Golesh sucked. That stupid quarterback sneak against Memphis. He blew that game. He blew these other games. He was only good because Byron Brown's just took off and ran. And I'm like, you're right, 100% correct. He messed up, but he was a damn good coach, and he brought you from nothing to the brink of getting into the college football playoff. But he couldn't finish it off, and he couldn't get you a conference title. So next up, and I think absolutely, if you look at Hartline's resume right now compared to Golesh when he was hired, it's better. Now, obviously, Hartline has not had a chance to be a head coach. So we'll see after 3 years. You got to go to 3 straight bowls, and you got to win a conference championship if you're going to be considered, quote, better than Golesh. So we'll see.
And look where Alex Golesh is in his head coaching career, and look where Brian Hartline is in his head coaching career. Alex Golesh made mistakes as the head coach at USF, right? I mean, there's no question, but he's going to become a better coach because of it. Now he's taken that experience to Auburn with him, whereas now Hartline, in his first head coaching job, is going to make mistakes, and he's going to learn from those mistakes before he moves on to coach at Texas A&M in his next stop in about 8 years.
Yeah. Yeah,
so,
it's all learning process.
I just don't think you can compare the two.
Yeah, but you could look at his resume and look what he's done in college football and say, is this a good hire? And I think he trends towards being a really, really, really good head coach.
I agree with that. Yes.
But we don't know. Everybody feels this way about their hire, though, don't they? I mean, they're talking the same way about John Sumrall in Florida.
I might say that Hartline is a better recruiter right now than Golesh is.
Well, at Ohio State, he is.
But it's because of where he was, right?
Right.
It's what he had to offer.
Did Brian Hartline make Ohio State, or did Ohio State make Brian Hartline?
Exactly.
And I think we're about to find out. I think there's a little bit of both in there.
Yep.
But when you talk to people about him, they gush. But they gushed about Mike Norvell too. How'd that work?
Yeah.
They gushed about Billy Napier. A lot of gushing going on. Gush. And sometimes it just doesn't work. Great surprise signing of Cedric Mullins, says Mike H. Veteran ALE center fielder, $7 million. Brandon Hyde probably helped. Who was the odd man out in the outfield? Great question, Mike H. Well, on the O show on Tuesday, we kind of postulated that obviously they need to make a move in the outfield. We talked about Joe Adell. We talked about some others that were rumored. Martell was out there as well. And so they came up with Cedric Mullins, who is a very interesting. He was an all-star in 2021, 30 home runs, 59 RBIs, ninth in the MVP voting in 2021. Last year, fell off, 216, 17 home runs, 59 RBIs. He's a career 246 hitter, really good defensively. He's 31 years old, 1 year, $7 million. I like it. I think I would have liked Adell better, although Cedric Mullins is 10 times better defensively than Adell is. Adell, I think, is a minus 13 in defensive runs saved. That's not good. But he also hit 36 bombs. So I like it. It gives you a little bit more power in the outfield, gives you an experienced player, a guy that I don't know much about him in terms of his character. Is he considered a great clubhouse guy? Don't know anything about that. We're going to try to find out more today. But I like it. On first blush, I like that move. Now, where does he fit in the order? we had this yesterday that we talked about. So I think, and Orestes and I both have thought that they're going to move Chandler Simpson to second base and trade Brandon Lau, which I think would be good because I think second base is a much more natural position for him. I don't think he's ever going to be a great outfielder. So, but you've got to have him in the lineup at the top and give him 500, 600 at-bats. He's going to steal 70, 80 bags, hit you 310 from both sides of the plate, be a disruption. You got to have him in the lineup. So by the signing of Mullins, people are like, who's the odd man out? I don't think it's Chandler Simpson. I think they're thinking moving him to second base, but we'll see. So I would have Chandler Simpson playing second at the top of your lineup, Yandy in the 2-hole as the DH and sometimes first base, then Junior in the 3-hole. And then we had Joe Adell in there at 4. You could put Cedric Mullins in there at cleanup, right? I mean, he's a power hitter. Aranda, Josh Lowe. We would go out and get JT Realmuto from the Phillies, give you a veteran catching presence with a little bit of pop. And then you have Taylor Walls, Carson Williams at short. And then, your next outfielder, whether it be Mangum or Johnny DeLuca, whoever it might be.
Do you really want to take Chandler Simpson's speed out of the outfield, though?
Yeah, he doesn't run good routes. It doesn't matter how fast you are if you're taking 3 steps in the wrong direction.
But that can be taught.
Yeah, it can. But he's also got a weenie arm, which you're not going to get any better in that situation, right? So why not just move him to his natural position, which has been second base? That's where he played in college.
Right.
I think the Rays moved him because they wanted to get him up to the major leagues, and we already had somebody at second base,
right.
And a couple, and some guys in the wings. So I think, I don't know. I don't know what Neander's thinking. We'll see here soon. We'll get him.
That's just generational speed, though, man. You if you can use that out in the outfield, you'd sure like to work with it, at all.
Yeah. But we've got some speed out there. The guys that are natural outfielders,
sure.
And if he can play second base and you can move Brandon Lau and get another power hitting outfielder, well, or a closer or another starting pitcher or a couple of really good prospects, whatever.
Right.
I'd like to see major leaguers come this way. If I'm giving up Brandon Lau, I'd like to see another power hitting major leaguer come this way, maybe a power hitting left fielder. So then you'd have Mullins in center. You could still go get a Joe Adell and have Mullins in center, Adell in left, Josh Lowe. I mean, that's a pretty damn good power hitting outfield right there. That has real power hitting potential. Or Marte, another power hitting outfielder. So I think they're just beginning, but this is a nice piece, and it's $7 million. You would hope that he recovers. He's, I don't think 216 is where he's at. I think it's a down year, and you're getting him on the up. LaRue says Michael Mullins is a good player. He has some flaws, but brings speed, defense, and power. He hits righties and could sit versus lefty, but his contract suggests he'll play every day. This is a classic Rays signing. Yeah, I'm not over the moon about it, but I like it. I think it's a good piece. Michael LaRue, now on hockey, says Ryan McDonough is staying for another 3 years. It's clear the team made a mistake trading him to Nashville in 2022 when they should have moved Sergachev instead back then. JBB recognized his mistake, and rectified it. And actually, this team is better by trading Sergachev and getting McDonough back. And now you've got him for another 3 years. Plus 43 last year, led the league in plus minus at 35 years old. Not too shabby. John Hill, good morning to you. Said World Champions Cup live results: Europe 12, USA 10.5, and International 10.5. Support this local tournament for Shriners Children's Hospital at Feather Sound. Yeah, we got a great golf event going on over at Feather Sound. This is a kind of a seniors Ryder Cup, I believe it is. So go check that out. Going to be great weather over the weekend, I believe. Chris Cole says, congratulations to Baker for being nominated as the Man of the Year award. Yes, Baker nominated for the Walter Payton Man of the Year award. He and his wife, Emily, doing great things in the community. So congratulations to him. And, he talked about it yesterday at the podium, and it was just great to hear him say what he said. He's like, listen, Tampa's my home now, our home. Tampa's our home. We're really excited about doing things in the community. This is a great, validation of all the great work that Emily's doing and everybody here at the Bucs. So yeah, good stuff. Really, really good stuff. Michael LaRue, I don't know what's going on with you. Said Andre Vasilevsky's not on the ice for the morning skate. Jonas Johansson, Brandon Halverson, and the E-Bug are in. Well, we had the live report from Benchmark International Arena from the Hall of Famer, Brian Bradley, who told us he's in tonight. He's in tonight. There we go.
Why would you doubt the Bradley?
How do you doubt that? Captain K says, hey, JP, I was just wondering what you thought of the signing of Cedric Mullins. I think we kind of covered that. I like it. I hope it's not the end of what we're doing in the outfield. Can we say that? Speaking of privileged college kids, Mayhall85 says, hey, traffic laws don't apply to certain people in Athens, Georgia. So go get your crowd lake, Shabu. Well, that's my point. It's like, driving 200 miles an hour around Athens is a lot worse than taking some crab legs home. Don't you think? People get hurt. People get hurt. Intern Danny is in here. So JP, the Rays are one of 3 teams as heavy favorites for all-star second baseman Ketel Marte. What are your thoughts? I'd love to see it. Then what do you do with Chandler Simpson? I mean, he could stay in the outfield, but I think he's more suited to second base. Any experienced offensive player, I'm down. Let's go. Bring him in. I don't think Johansson's starting tonight, LaRue. I don't know. We'll see. Rick says, Jameis was innocent. At least he's not governor of Minnesota or anything. Oh, my God. Did you see that? Holy shit, man. I've seen some bold people in my day in terms of, corruption and stealing stuff. But $1 billion, like they just did not care. They did not care. Let's print up that money. Let's get that federal money just coming in. Holy, $1 billion in corruption and fraud. Tim Walz. Damn, Tampon Timmy. How we doing? Woo. Wow.
I need to get into politics, JP.
Good. We need to find some government money is what we need to find, bro. How we get some of that? We need to get some government because clearly they're just handing it out like candy. I'm not going there. Porcelain says Mullins has fallen off, but Rays are good at reclamation projects. We'll see what happens. Yeah, you hope that, let's just be honest. Once again, we're shopping at the Walmart and not the Nordstrom, which, I prefer anyway. The snooty people at Nordstrom, get out of here.
What about Macy's?
Overpriced jeans. Macy's is great. I love Macy's.
I love Macy's.
Macy's, the people department store. I love Macy's. No, but I'm talking about Nordstrom or what's that other one? Needless markup. Neiman Marcus. Let me tell you, that's a people's place. Kohl's.
It is.
I like Kohl's. Steinmart. You find some deals at Steinmart. Love the Steinmart.
Marshalls. Y'all have Marshalls?
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm a Marshalls guy. Absolutely.
Just don't give me Old Navy. Bunch of freaking communists.
Yeah, very
I hate Old Navy.
Plain. Very plain.
They wouldn't let me use my debit card one day because I didn't have my ID on me. And I called them communists. I almost got arrested. And I swore I'd never walk into another one of their stores.
Attaboy. Boycott them bitches.
That was like
Danny says, hire Kevin Kiermaier to teach Chandler how to play outfield. Yeah. Yeah. We're going to keep him in the outfield. Yeah. Chris Cole said Alex G looked completely exhausted yesterday on SportsCenter already. Yeah. Did you see that?
Yes.
That's some great things to say about South Florida, though. Can you imagine, like what a whirlwind. What a whirlwind. You get into coaching, a family of Russian immigrants comes over here, gets into coaching, lower level, grunt work, blah, 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 comes up through the ranks, goes to USF, gets hired, as from the OC at Tennessee. And then within 3 years, 2+ years, less than 3 years, you're taking a job where you're getting $50 million guaranteed. And you never have to work another day in your life. And those decisions, I've got to be gut wrenching. Well, Shouldn't say that.
I mean,
like,
I don't know about that.
Take the $4 million or the $7 million? Gut wrenching. No, choosing between medicine and food, that's gut wrenching.
That's gut wrenching. Yes,
that's true. Hey, Lot 12, 9:30, gates open. All invited to our Lot 12 F the Aints tailgate. All are invited. There is no charge. There you go. Lot 12, 9:30. Nathan will be there. He sent me pictures of the food last week. I wanted to get over there so bad, but just sorry, Nathan. Just got too much stuff going on. Maybe this week. The 1 o'clock games are tough. They're tough. Get up early and get over there. I don't know. Yes, you are correct, John Hill. The Bucs punter Riley Dixon was the NFL Special Teams Player of the Week. Our special teams are so horrific and have been for the entire. But we've had 3 special teams players of the week. We had Chase McLaughlin, we had Riley Dixon, and then who's the other one? I forget. But yeah, so the punter, and we talked to him yesterday. So we go like, hey, how'd you do that? Get those 2 inside the 10. Well, somebody went down and covered him. That was nice. But it was a big part of the game. He did good. He finally helped us win a game. That's good because he hasn't been good. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back on the other side. And Jon Gruden is going to fix the college football playoff. Timmy found the Jon Gruden I'm fixing the playoff video, and we're fixing to show it to you. See what I did there?
Because it's worth it.
It is worth it, isn't it? Absolutely it is.
Yeah. Anything Gruden says is worth it.
Because he says it with conviction. Hey, kids, the holidays are the best time to get engaged. You know that because all the family is already together. Let's have an engagement party. And the first stop is the Golden Diamond Source. They have thousands of diamonds to choose from in their jewelry wonderland. It's a wonderland. It's all decorated for Christmas. And you go in there and it's fun. They got the Christmas music going, the bling bling everywhere. They've got stunning engagement rings. Obviously, diamond earrings are always a great gift. Diamond bracelets, the most stylish gold fashion you'll find. There's plenty of cool stuff for you men in the men's department. They have a whole new watch department as well, so you can get some of those awesome baller watches. So don't settle for anything less than perfection. Go to the Golden Diamond Source, a great family-owned company. For over 40 years, they've been doing this, and they're gonna not only get you something great at a great price, but they're gonna wrap it up for you so you don't have to do all that. It's one-stop shop. Head on over there. By the way, you can finance your purchase 0% interest for up to 5 years. Get a $5,000 diamond for just $84 a month. Visit the Golden Diamond Source on this holiday season and tell them JP sent you. 3800 Olmerton Road. Back in 3. It's the holiday season, so come visit the wonderland of jewelry at the Golden Diamond Source with over 25 times the inventory and selection of the average jewelry store. Guys, get your shopping done early, and if you have no idea of the trends and styles that your lady wants, that's cool. The incredible staff led by Julie and Steve Weintraub and family will offer up some great ideas with no pressure. They offer everything for the first-time jewelry buyer to the most exquisite selection of museum-quality pieces. Enjoy a comfortable, relaxed atmosphere and experienced staff, geologists, jewelers, and designers for all your jewelry needs. From the luxurious jewelry boxes to their VIP customer care, there's many reasons to make sure it's a Golden Diamond Source diamond. Keep it local this holiday season. Shop online anytime at goldendiamond.com or just come by their showroom at 3800 Overton Road and always online at goldendiamond.com. JP here for the Jeeves Law Group and my man, Scott Jeeves. If you're going to hire an attorney, do you want some guy looking for a quick settlement and a quick buck, or do you want an attorney with some chops? Scott is a board-certified civil trial lawyer and a certified circuit court mediator. Been practicing in the Tampa Bay area for over 30 years. He is a peer-reviewed AV preeminent-rated civil trial lawyer. They just don't hand out those classifications. He's been the lead class action counsel on many complex consumer protection cases and has handled hundreds of serious personal injury cases. He's dedicated his career to protecting injured victims and is committed to vigorously representing you. We're local, we're trusted, and we get results. Personal injury and personal attention. Call for a free case evaluation. That's 888-9-JEEVES. That's 888-9-JEEVES. The Jeeves Law Group. Welcome to Kingmakers, home of the JP Peterson Show studio and Tampa's premier business networking and social club for members only. By day, it's an exclusive, vibrant co-working space with a stylish conference room, focus rooms, a full production studio, and an in-house marketing team. And by night, Kingmakers transforms into a sports-centric social hub with a full sports bar, golf simulator, and exclusive events. For young entrepreneurs and seasoned professionals, it's the perfect place to work hard, play hard, and make big moves in Midtown Tampa. Close the deal, celebrate the win. Only at Kingmakers. Become a member today at kingmakerstampa.com. Your business, your club. Are you looking for an honest AC and plumbing company? I mean, that's like trying to find a humble Saints fan, right? Well, try my friends at Third Generation AC and Plumbing Services. Been in business since 1995 here locally. And listen to what one of their customers said. Quote, the gentleman providing the service was exceptional, on time, knowledgeable, professional, and experienced. He was efficient, cleaned up behind himself, and did the work expeditiously. He not only repaired a sink, he repaired our toilet that was constantly running. We have used this company several times. They are awesome. Says it all, folks. Testimonials really say it all. Call 813-961-8024 for honest, fast service. 813-961-8024 or thirdgenerationplumbing.com. We also do AC.
Ciao, Paolo Tini here, owner of Caffè Paradiso, voted number 3 People's Choice Award on Open Table. I want to thank all our loyal family of customers that have been enjoying our great traditional Italian dishes we make from scratch every day. It's a great family story we're proud of. Our family moved from Rimini, Italy in 1984. My dad, Caesar, started Donatello, and that's where I got the start in the restaurant business. I started Caffè Paradiso on South McDill in 1995, and we've been there ever since. From our traditional ossobuco, a veal slow roast for 4 hours, to our daily fresh catch, the Gruppo Paradiso, with a piccata sauce and lobster claw meat, homemade pasta like lasagna, farfalle salchicha, which is a bow tie pasta homemade with fresh sausage. Hold on a minute, JP's favorite.
I love it.
So come and have a glass of wine with me on South McDill. Get a reservation on Open Table and see all our 5-star reviews. Ciao, see you soon at Paradiso.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show. You know, the NBA is coming to Tampa Bay. Don't miss the Orlando Magic versus the New York Knicks, free over the air on MOR TV this Sunday at noon. Yes, MOR TV has become your Orlando Magic station as they now start to play some really good basketball, and it will be in the mix in the East, folks. They're playing great. They've won 3 in a row. You can watch Paulo Banchero, Franz Wagner. Love that guy. They could shoot. They can play. Bane's playing great as well. So Sunday, December 7th, this Sunday, Orlando travels to the Big Apple for an afternoon clash with the Knicks, who are led by all-star point guard Jalen Brunson and the Big Cat, Karl Anthony Towns. Tip-off is at noon on your Orlando Magic station right here, MOR TV. You can find it on Digital 32.1 on Spectrum and Frontier Cable Channel 12. So there's
NBA action. It's fantastic.
It's fantastic.
Remember that commercial?
Yeah.
By the way, you hear the latest NBA rumors? Latest
there.
NBA trade rumors, JP.
What's that?
Giannis wants out of Milwaukee, and New York is his desired destination.
New York?
The Knickerbockers.
The Knickerbockers, huh?
Yeah.
So what do you have to give up? You have to give up Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns to get
I
Giannis?
think Towns and some draft picks might do it. What do you think? I don't think you need
a little bit more.
Both.
You know, the last 2 years, Giannis has averaged over 30 a game and 60% from the field. Those are the only such 2 seasons in the history of the NBA. How about that?
Wow, that's impressive.
Very impressive.
And
30 points a game plus.
That in New York.
No, 60% shooting. Wow. All he does is dunk. But he dunks a lot.
He does.
Yeah, he's really, really good. Aviation 1436 says the NBA is a horrible product. It is.
I don't disagree.
Yeah.
It is. Until LeBron retires, it's going to continue to be that way.
Rick says JP swore off Nordstrom after our ascot collection wasn't up to his specifications. That is true. We don't have a plethora of colors for my ascot.
If you're going to wear an ascot, you have to have high standards. You can't just take the Walmart ascot.
No, you can't. You have to be an ass to wear an ascot.
You do.
Why do You can't
wear an
spell
ascot for the show.
ascot without ass.
We're gonna start calling Fridays Ascot Friday on the JP Peterson Show.
Can you imagine? How do you even wear an ascot? Like, what is that? Is it like a bandana that you just like pull down over your neck? Isn't that pretty much what it is?
I have no idea.
No. I'm not a pocket square guy, nor am I an ascot guy.
Oh, I used to rock the pocket square, man.
Man,
and it always matched my tie.
This is not a pocket square market, Tampa.
It's not.
It's just not. It's not. No. You show up on the news or the TV wearing a pocket square. It's not a pocket square market. Just not.
Huh.
FYI.
You know who likes to rock the ascots these days that I've noticed? I'm not necessarily a fan of his in anything.
Somebody old who's trying to hide their turkey neck.
He's ever done in his life, but Will Smith.
Oh, really?
The Fresh Prince.
Yeah, I think I have seen some pictures. Yeah.
And it's not now this is not him, JP, but here is an example of what you and I can look like on the Friday show. Rocking the ascot.
Yeah, not happening.
I'm going to do it with my hoodie, though.
You get a nice paisley one? Nice paisley ascot, are you?
With my Argyle socks.
Yeah. Yeah. You feel free.
There you go.
JP's ascot is bedazzled with FSU colors.
Oh, sure.
All right. So you say Gruden can fix college football? Let's hear it.
Gruden is going to fix college football, the playoffs.
At the FFCA, none of us can sleep. We've been all up in the arms about this college playoff format. Who makes the tournament? Why do they make the tournament? Did they play a tough enough schedule? Hey, Jake, who is on the committee that selects these teams? I want to know who's making the picks. These are some of the concerns I have after further review. We're picking 12 teams. I just want to know this. Why in the hell are we having these conference games? I mean, to determine who the Big Ten champion is, to determine who the SEC champion is. When I was in the NFC South, we played everybody in our division twice a year. So it was pretty easy to see who was the best in our division. When I was in the AFC West, same thing. We played everybody twice. But in some of these conferences, these teams don't even play each other. I mean, hell, I'm looking at Indiana. They didn't play Michigan, Ohio State, or USC. Then I look at Ohio State. They didn't have to go play Oregon or USC. How the hell do you determine who a conference champion is when these conferences are way too big? Some of these conferences got about 20 teams in a conference. It's impossible. Here's my problem. I just point this out to you. Here's Indiana playing Ohio State for the Big Ten championship. Meanwhile, Oregon is sitting at home getting a bye week before the tournament starts? What logic is that? Then you got Alabama playing Georgia for the SEC championship. Right. And you got a team like Ole Miss and Texas A&M. They're fresh as a daisy, man. They don't even have to play a game, but they get into the tournament? What kind of logic is this? That's like the top two seeds in the NFC. Let's say the Chicago Bears and the LA Rams having to play to see who the number one seed of the NFC is before we go to the playoffs. Yeah. Meanwhile, we got everybody else that's in the playoffs sitting at home.
You know how much money they make on the SEC championship game, John?
That makes sense. I'm saying this. If you're going to have these conference games, I'm all for that. We can have the Big Ten championship game. Ohio State, go play Indiana. Alabama, you go play Georgia. Texas Tech, go play BYU. And Virginia, you go play Duke. But the rest of you guys aren't getting off the hook. Some of you guys got to keep proving your resumes worthy by playing another game as well. Here's my solution. Just see what you think. Ohio State and Indiana are going to play, and win, lose, or draw, both teams get a bid. They've had great seasons. Georgia and Alabama are going to play to see who wins this SEC, but both teams are getting in no matter who wins or loses. And Texas Tech and BYU, they're playing to determine the Big 12 championship. Whoever wins is in, whoever loses is in. But they're playing for a distinct title of the Big 12.
No way BYU. And
then Virginia plays Duke.
They have no good wins.
If Virginia wins that game, they're in. If Virginia loses that game, I'm going to punch Malisack and they're out. And I'm going to get to the Virginia scenario in just a second. But there are 6 teams that are automatically in. Ohio State, Indiana, Georgia, Alabama, Texas Tech, and BYU. But they get an opportunity to go play for their division.
He also says
championship.
BYU.
Now, the rest of you guys, just listen carefully. Since they got to play, and they're the best teams, you guys got to play as well. We're going to have 5 games, so 10 teams are going to have to play just like the teams I just mentioned. I picked cities: Los Angeles, Tampa Bay, of course, New Orleans. Minnesota's got a nice dome, and I like Vegas, Allegiant Stadium. These 5 cities are going to host a game. These 5 games are going to determine who's in. If you lose one of these 5 games, you're out. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to pick the highest seed, which is left, and that's the Oregon Ducks. Oregon, you're going to go play James Madison, because I keep hearing James Madison should be in the tournament because of they won a division or whatever the rules are. I admire that. Well, you're in JMU if you beat Oregon, okay? Then I'm going to say, Ole Miss, you're the 6th seed right now. You guys are going to go play the Tulane Green Wave. You've already beat them bad once. Beat them again, and you guys will eliminate Tulane. Obviously, Tulane, you beat Ole Miss, you're in the tournament. You know, the Ole Miss Rebels, they could win the national championship, but their coach left. I don't ever remember an NFL team that's entering the playoffs before they even start, have their head coach leave, take another job of another team. We got to see how Ole Miss plays against Tulane in this play-in game, just to make sure they're still the Rebels we know they are. I want to see Notre Dame play the Miami Hurricanes. Winner take all, the winner's in, the loser's out. I saw these 2 teams play, everybody's talking about it. Miami beat Notre Dame. Hey, it's week 2 of the season. The quarterback is a veteran now for Notre Dame. Nothing stays the same. You get better or worse throughout the season. Let's see Notre Dame and Miami one more time in Las Vegas. Wouldn't that be great? Right. Winner is in, losers out. And let's see Texas A&M one more time. A lot of people are critical of their schedule. And if you look at it, I didn't see them play Alabama or Georgia. Did you, Jake?
Nope.
No. So let's see the Vanderbilt Commodores play Texas A&M in Atlanta. The winner's in. The loser goes home. I think it's fair. And I think we should replay that Oklahoma-Texas game. You know, Texas did beat 3 top 10 teams. And Oklahoma did lose to Texas in the Red River Classic. But Mateer was coming off an injury. Let's play that Red River Classic one more time in Minnesota. And let's see who's in and who's out. Minnesota. My point is, these 5 games will give us 5 distinctly honorable teams that deserve to be there. And it'll really eliminate the 5 teams that don't deserve to be there. We have the 6 teams I talked about, and Virginia. The Cavaliers will be the 12th team if they beat Duke in the ACC championship. What if Virginia loses to Duke? So now we go back to the 5 games, the bonus games that I'm proposing, and we take the highest ranked loser as the 12th team. That's how it's going to be decided. But these teams that are playing the conference championship, they don't deserve to be penalized, potentially lose a starter or 2, and not have these guys for the finals, man, for the championship. No. You don't make the highest ranked teams play and the lower ranked teams sit and lobby for position. No, that doesn't happen.
I love it.
All right. So there's a lot of good stuff there, but so where does the bracket go from there? So he has these 5 bonus games. All right. So you have 5 teams there.
You'd have to you're re-ranking at that point, right?
Yeah. And then he said the other 7 are already in. I don't know how you decide that.
Well, the 6 that he said were already in, the ones that he gave you, the Alabama, Georgia, BYU, Texas Tech, right, Indiana, right, Ohio State.
Yeah. My feeling is, in the end, when we go to how I would fix the whole damn thing would be 6 conferences, 16 teams. Go back to geographic common sense, number 1. Stop with this USC and the Big Ten and all that stuff. Go back to traditional conferences where you have SEC, Big 12, Big 10, ACC, Pac-12, and then another conference. And in that other conference, call it whatever you want, a national conference, you have all the other teams that don't make the top 16 in geographically. And that is a group that you could take 4 teams get relegated every year, and they get put into geographically correct. So a San Diego State might replace a Washington State in the Pac-12 one year.
Right.
Fresno State might replace Arizona one year. You get relegated up and down in some of these with the other group of 5 teams. So you have all those. You play everybody in your division. You play a couple other games within your conference as your at-large, and then or your non-conference, and then maybe one game that you can kind of schedule every year. So then you win your division, you play for the conference championship game, and that's the first round of the playoffs. So you just keep moving up through the bracket that way. So you have 6 conferences, you have 12 teams, 12 divisional winners, and you play it off. And you could have some buys in there as well, or you could add 4 at-large teams outside the division. So you're 4 teams in the conference championship losers, and then go to 16. So that, to me, and get rid of the freaking committee. Get rid of the freaking committee. Done with the committee. Done. Okay, it's a sham. It's a joke. People at ESPN are laughing that we all soak this up every week. It is a complete sham. It makes no sense. They have no precedence. They follow no rules. They just do whatever the hell they want and then act like there's some type of process to this. There's not. ESPN decides who goes, and that's it. They make all the money. They make in the Big 12. I'm sorry, the Big 10 and the SEC basically are controlling. When they did this last playoff deal, they're controlling all the money and basically telling you who's going to be in. And instead of getting, quote, automatic bids, they're just saying, we'll figure it out. And they go and they do this dog and pony show and tell you why, a 3-loss Alabama team is better than a 2-loss Miami team. Right. So we'll see. But I don't pay attention to any of these rankings because none of it makes any sense whatsoever.
No. And the way you're talking about, you're eliminating a lot of rivalries.
Yeah.
Which I'm not a fan of.
Right.
When you start splitting up conferences like that, which I am a fan of, I just don't know how to fix it.
I just did. No, I'm renewing rivalries. I'm not. You've already split up rivalries with this stupid.
But you're putting everybody back where they used to be.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay,
with the old traditional rivalries. No. Okay. No, we're going back to when football was great and it was regionally and sane. Right. And you put the pack. You do it geographically because that's what's important. That's where college football became the great emotional traditional sport that it is, because there were neighborhood rivalries. There was West Virginia, Pittsburgh. There's a Texas, Oklahoma. Has all these great rivalries, where that got screwed up by conference realignment. Texas A&M and Texas, right?
And you don't have Maryland and UCLA in the same conference.
Exactly.
How does that make
which
sense?
Is completely effing insane.
Rutgers and UCL and USC.
Yeah.
Does that make any sense?
It makes none. And a lot of the stuff that we do makes no sense. Like these conference championship games, the only reason we're playing them is for money. They've become so incredibly lucrative, they're not going to get rid of them, which is so just incorporate them into the playoff. But here's the problem with it. You know what happens then? Then the SEC and the Big Ten, who think they have so many better programs, basically only get 4 teams in the playoff. The 2 division winners, basically get, and that's it. And they don't want that. They don't want that. But again, if you go back to the Big Ten and SEC as it used to be compiled, you won't have as many teams. Because what does the Big Ten have now? 20? I don't even know what the numbers are. 18? The SEC? I mean,
I think it's 18.
Yeah. Yeah, it's it's unwieldy. And we're talking about adding more teams? No. That doesn't make sense. So all right, we'll take another break. We'll come back on the other side. I want to hit some more baseball stuff here with the Rays and new Tropicana Field. What else we got? We got a couple more sound bites that we're going to show you as well. So stay with us. We are brought to you by the great folks at Third Generation Plumbing, by the way. If you have a AC problem, they do plumbing, they do AC, anything mechanical in your house. Third Generation Plumbing, They are the folks that'll get it done. John Rodriguez has been in business since the early 1990s. 5-star reviews all over the place for third generation plumbing. So if you need a great contractor, they are the one for AC, plumbing, anything mechanical in your house. And American Standard is their partner. American Standard Heating and Cooling, the best units on the market, the most durable, the most efficient, and third generation plumbing will install it. So use that dynamic duo, third generation plumbing, American Standard Heating and Cooling. Back in 3. Hey, JP here for my concierge medical professional, Chris Lugo, PA. You've heard him on the show for a couple of years where he shares invaluable medical, nutritional, and supplement advice. With Chris, it's like having a medical provider as your best friend. What I love about this concierge service is the convenience and support he offers. I can text or call him 24/7 with any questions or concerns, and he'll promptly call in a prescription if needed. No office visits or copays required. It gives me peace of mind knowing I have someone genuinely invested in my health, not just focused on insurance profits. And the best part, the Bay Area Modern Medical Center's personal concierge service is more affordable than you might think. Don't let insurance companies dictate your health care. Take control of your health and wellness today. Visit BAMMC.com for more information and to schedule your initial free consultation. Empower yourself and take charge of your personal health with BAMMC.com. Experience the art of driving at Genesis of Tampa, where luxury meets innovation and every detail is crafted for you. From the bold G70 to the refined GV80, Genesis delivers power, elegance, and technology years ahead of its time. Book service online, and our Genesis Experience advisors will pick you up and drop off your vehicle. If available, you can enjoy a courtesy car while yours gets a complimentary interior vacuum plus a generous offer for your trade. Every new Genesis comes with the Miracle Advantage Plan, 10 years or 250,000 miles of powertrain warranty and 4 years of complimentary maintenance. Visit us at 801 East Bears Avenue or online at genesisoftampa.com. Genesis of Tampa, luxury redefined. Italiano Insurance would like to congratulate the Bucs on their 50th anniversary season. And you know what? We've been here for every season and then some, over 60 years in business. We've seen some smart coaches with great game plans, but if you don't have flood insurance or business insurance, that's a terrible game plan. That could ruin you financially. You don't want to take that L. So call 813-877-7799 and let their friendly agents quarterback your insurance and save you big money. Italiano also sponsors our FSU report every week, so go Noles! 813-877-7799 or go to italianoinsurance.com. Although it may seem tempting to go without health care insurance, the financial risk far outweighs the gain you may experience. For example, did you know if you simply broke your leg, it could cost you nearly $7,500? Put on top of that a hospital stay, you could be looking at $10,000 to $15,000. Ensuring that you don't go uncovered is so important, as according to CNBC, high medical bills are the highest contributing factor to why Americans end up taking money out of their retirement savings or worse, find themselves filing bankruptcy. So go to don'tgouncovered.com or call 800-669-1505. Now, depending on your income, you can get plans for zero premium. Our experts will guide you through the process effortlessly. They will shop many plans and find the one that's right for you. I called and I have full health coverage through Florida Blue for zero monthly premium. It's a free call. So why go uncovered? It's a huge risk. Go to don'tgouncovered.com or call 800-669-1505. That's 800-669-1505. Are you looking for an honest AC and plumbing company? I mean, that's like trying to find a humble Saints fan, right? Well, try my friends at Third Generation AC and Plumbing Services. Been in business since 1995 here locally. And listen to what one of their customers said. Quote, the gentleman providing the service was exceptional, on time, knowledgeable, professional, and experienced. He was efficient, cleaned up behind himself, and did the work expeditiously. He not only repaired a sink, he repaired our toilet that was constantly running. We have used this company several times. They are awesome. Says it all, folks. Testimonials really say it all. Call 813-961-8024 for honest, fast service. 813-961-8024 or thirdgenerationplumbing.com. We also do AC.
Let's go. Right now. Back to the show on Fan Street.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show, brought to you by the great folks at Riveters. Riveters, home of the late night happy hour now. So they have a great happy hour 3 to 7, so they'll do a late one as well. So if you're out and about, Riveters is the place to go. Want a late night snack? Go grab some of those great wings they have there. Don't forget that happy hour 3 to 7. You get 8 wings for $12, and I'm like the big ones, where that is a meal and a half right there. Also, the Buffalo chicken dip for just $8, and then you get $3 domestic beers, $5 wells. It is the best, and I mean best happy hour around. Great staff, great place to hang out, just north of 275 on Dale Mabry, just south of the stadium, right near the spaceship. Go on over to Riveters. All right, Yee 1317 says great. No Wirfs again at practice. Yeah, he showed up on the Tristan Wirfs showed up on the injury list with an oblique injury. For an offensive lineman, that is not good for anybody. It's not good. So let's hope he can get out there this week. You're gonna need him big time for these next 3 games. Going to be very physical, divisional games. Okay, Michael LaRue says John Cooper says Jonas Johansson will start against the Pens tonight. He expects Andre to be ready to go Saturday against the Islanders. Okay, all right. I like it. We talked about this with Eric Erlinson yesterday. More rest for Vassie. More rest for Vassie, for sure. What else we got there? Tim, make it a orange and blue hoodie. Can you wear orange? Can you wear burnt
Gators?
orange?
A gator orange, maybe.
Orange and blue gator. Gator orange? Okay.
It ain't going to be burnt orange. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
Or Bucs orange. I can wear Bucs orange.
Which we'll see on Thursday night in a couple of weeks.
Right.
Terrified of. Absolutely terrified of.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck, Charm.
By the way, I've not asked you this, and I've not asked the peeps this. The Age of Disclosure, this new movie about UFOs that's everybody's talking about, I think it drops this weekend. Have you seen this?
I have not heard anything about this.
So there's a new documentary coming out. I think it's on, is it Netflix or Prime? One of those. First of all, the Bucs documentary drops on the 11th. So now for next Thursday night on Amazon Prime, they're going to drop the Bucs series on the night that they have the Falcons and the Bucs. So that's pretty cool. 10-part series. We've already seen some snippets of it. It's absolutely fantastic. Buc fans are going to go gaga. I'll be interested to see how much play it gets nationally if people are interested in it. I think they will be. I think it will. There's some great stories to be told. And Trent Cooper, the producer who we've had on the show, has just done an absolutely phenomenal job. If you're a football fan, you're going to love it. Not just a Bucs fan, but a football fan. So, but also, so this documentary, I mean, it's like Marco Rubio as the Secretary of State telling us, like on the record, this is the first time we'd ever had government officials, senators, secretaries of state, all of these go on the record that, yes, we have recovered UFOs. We have recovered alien life forms. Like all this Roswell stuff that has long been rumored, true. And much more, true. So, and this first time we're going to have these people on the record talking about it. And I don't know if you've been following this 3i Atlas or whatever the hell this thing is that's coming, that came from deep space.
The comet?
It's not acting. It's not a comet.
Comet. Come on.
It ain't acting like a comet. It's not made of the same things comets are. It's doing all kinds of weird stuff. It's been emitting radio signals and sending signals. Yeah. I don't know. We don't know what to believe anymore, right? I don't know what the hell's AI, what's not. But there's a lot of crazy reports going on about this thing. So, and now this Age of Disclosure thing is coming out where they're talking about UFO bases in Antarctica, all this stuff that has been, tinfoil hat conspiracies for a long time, now confirmed by U.S. government officials and other governments that this stuff is for real. And there are alien beings among us. Your thoughts, okay, Tim?
My question is, if all of this is truly legit, Why aren't we seeing this on ABC News, CBS News, NBC?
Oh, because those are credible organizations.
On Fox News, on any actual credible news organization.
Well, I'll tell you, Tucker used to talk about it a lot before he got shit canned. He used to talk about it a lot, and people called him crazy. There have been plenty of mainstream. I've seen ABC News just did a piece on this documentary, Age of Disclosure. CNN, they're all mainstream media are now doing pieces on this Age of Disclosure with the producer.
As a documentary, though, right? Not as an actual fact. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. It's like we have to come to grips with that. And this is why people, they don't talk about it. It's been hidden for so long. And Marco Rubio talks about the presidents. People think that the presidents can just say, okay, I want to see the stuff. They can't.
Right.
Doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
I don't know who makes the rules.
That's the truth. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know who makes the rules, but there are people that have been in government that, deep staters that have been here for decades and decades that keep these secrets.
Right. That outrank the president, budget, by the way. Yeah.
Right. In the CIA budget, we give them billions and billions of dollars. They don't have line items on what they're spending it on. We have no idea. Some of these national intelligence groups, we have no idea what they're doing with it. And someone made a decision a long time ago that the world doesn't need to know this stuff because they would panic. Or we're trying to reverse engineer all this stuff so we can get an advantage over China and Russia and everybody else, come up with some either energy sources or some type of technology that we could use to dominate other cultures.
Right.
Because fact is, we're always at war, folks, in case you didn't know. That's what having national defense is all about. Yeah. So yeah, I've always believed in it since my earliest memories of going into libraries and reading about this stuff and watching The Unexplained and all Ancient Aliens. I've been all in on this forever. And I am a thorough believer that yes, there have been ancient aliens that have contacted other civilizations before, and they will come back at some point. Or maybe you're already here. Well, not maybe, they're here. Like, come to grips with that.
Just not convinced.
Well, maybe after the Age of Disclosure, you will be. We shall see.
I'm won't dispute there's the possibility that life exists off of our planet. Of course, that's a possibility. Have they contacted us? Have they ever been here? Do we know about them? I don't know that I believe any of that.
I do.
You know how big the universe is, JP?
Oh, it's big. Really big.
And what even if life does exist, presumably somewhere else in the universe.
Of course it does.
That
it's a mathematics certainty.
They would cross our path. Like, yeah, those are way beyond astronomical odds. Like, I don't, my brain doesn't work that way. Like, I don't know. I don't know.
Hold on.
Would I be surprised if it was true? No, wouldn't be surprised.
Artie says it dropped last week, JP. I've not watched it, but I would say if anyone thinks we are alone in this universe, they are clueless. Agreed. We have to be honest with ourselves. It's too much evidence now. Way too much evidence. And what form do they take? Like, how's this going to play out? I mean, I've seen Star Wars. I know how it plays out. They push a button, they destroy your planet. That's how that happens.
Yeah, they have the Death Star.
They have a Death Star. Well, of course they do. Yeah. Yeah. Rick says the Alien documentary, good news, people are finally confirming the truth. The bad news, they're all on Epstein Island. No access to those files. There's so much we don't know and we'll never know. So that's what you get. All right. What else did we need to get to? Oh, you have some other sound here you wanted to play. Who's this down here at the bottom?
So everybody knows about the Kelsey Brothers podcast, right? Whatever it's called. I'm not familiar with it very much. There is another podcast out there that is far more entertaining of two brothers that also played in the NFL. Both are now retired. And I'm speaking of the Carr brothers, who Buccaneers hate. Brothers. So David Carr.
Yeah.
And his lesser known little brother who played quarterback for the Saints and the Raiders, Derek. So they also have a podcast, and it is far more entertaining than that other piece of garbage that is, for some reason, more popular. And they told a story on their podcast because of the Lane Kiffin news that David Carr, former Houston Texans #1 overall draft pick, star quarterback at Fresno State, how he started Lane Kiffin's coaching career. Have you heard of this?
No.
So they played together at Fresno State.
Right.
I don't know if you knew that. A lot of people didn't know that Lane Kiffin was a quarterback. Well, let's just take a little listen here. And again, this is far more entertaining than that other brothers podcast.
I should be owed some of the fictional contract that he doesn't know anything about.
100%.
Because I pushed him out of that third quarterback spot.
Yes.
And then he became the fifth quarterback.
So what happened was here comes this freshman from Stockdale High School.
Yeah, here he comes.
You're whipping the ball all over the
throwing it around.
Don't even know what you're doing.
Teddy's like, this kid's pretty good.
This kid. He said, you're going to be a draft pick.
Lane's taking 3 steps trying to throw 15-yard comebacks and half rolling because his arm is weak as sauce.
Yes.
Weak sauce. But hey, he knew the game now. Lane knew the game.
So long story short,
after a couple days, now I'm getting the third team reps.
And Lane
I came in as the fifth.
And Lane's no longer.
And Lane came out, didn't have pads on.
He's your roommate, though.
He didn't have pads on. He claims he only didn't have a knee brace on. That man came out in civvies. And Jeff caught him at the numbers and said, Lane, what are you doing? He's like, hey, I just figured I don't need my pads today. You're going to give Dave all my reps. Back to the locker room. Lane, Teddy. So I don't have an offensive coordinator on the field. I don't have my roommate, Lane. And then Lane comes back out. He's got a polo on.
Yep.
Same day.
Yeah.
Wide receiver coach. That's how the coaching started. And so I feel like if I would not have pushed him out of that third spot, he'd still be playing
100%
quarterback in the CFL.
The dominoes.
CFL?
That's right.
Started with you.
That's right.
We love Lane.
We love Lane.
Happy for you, Lane.
Yeah.
How about that?
That's how it always starts.
How great is that?
At some point, you realize, you know what? I'm not good enough to play.
Just came out in a polo.
I really know the game. I just came back out in a polo. Yeah. There's another famous coach that has a very similar story. And I'm trying to remember who it is. Like the coach went to him one day and just said, hey, you're really giving it a great effort. And I just, I'm really impressed at your courage, getting your brains beat in every single day. And you never quit. You stupid son of a bitch. Start coaching because you suck as a player. And that's when he started coaching. It's like there comes a day for many of the great coaches when you realize you're not a good player. But you really know the game and you're super smart. You should go into coaching. And for many, that's how it all starts. Yeah. What else here? Marty says, I have my own experience, not anything crazy, but I'll just say the shiz was crazy. Oh, you have a UFO experience? Oh, damn. I got to know about that.
You just had one in Tampa, JP, right? A couple months ago?
Well, I didn't know what it was, and wasn't necessarily saying. I was just having some fun with it.
Yeah.
But it turned out to be a Starlink launch from Texas. So that's why, most of our launches come from the east, obviously, in Cape Canaveral. And this one flew over from Texas. And it was, it kind of formed like in this orange ball. I guess it was going through the stratosphere, whatever the hell it was doing.
Right.
And then it went over Bayshore, and I was like, what the hell is this? And I hadn't heard of any launches going on. There weren't any launches at Cape Canaveral that day, but there were in Texas. So, a lot of people saw it. But I put it up and, just having some fun with it. You know how many views it got? Let me go back and check right now. I think it's got, at last check, there was almost 1 million views. Almost 1 million views. Yeah, 950,000 views.
Jesus.
Yeah. How about that?
Should have thrown the FanStream Sports logo on that bitch.
I know. And everybody's like, yeah, you dumbass. It's a Starlink. I'm like, okay, thanks. Appreciate it. I was just asking. I didn't say he landed, they landed on Bayshore, or jumping out doing some fishing. Some green.
Just asking what it is, right? Like,
you ask it.
Yeah.
Moron, it's duh. All right, thank you. People are so like, but thanks for the million views. Helps the share a little bit. We appreciate that. Rex says, of course, JP has spaceship stories after leaving Happy Hour Rivers.
Don't we all?
Yes, we do. Boy, and I tell you what, these are very friendly aliens. Wow, are they friendly? Beautiful, too. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
Those aliens just want your money, JP.
Very strange behavior, too, because you hand them a piece of green paper, right? And they do amazing things, these aliens in that spaceship. Like, it's like, wow. You just hand them a couple of these these green pieces of paper, and boy, they get really friendly. Really friendly.
When you're in the private parts of that spaceship, they do even more crazy things for money.
Yeah. I'm like, wow, these are very entrepreneurial type of aliens. They know how to make cash. It's like, wow. All our fantasies are true, folks. These aliens look like hot strippers.
Like the green chick on Star Trek?
Yeah.
Man, I'd be in.
Damn, what about Shatner was right.
What about the 3-boob girl on, what was that, Total Recall?
By the way, Ashley's listening to the show.
Hi, Ashley.
Hi, Ashley.
Hey, we're talking science fiction here.
It's a bit, honey. It's called a radio bit. It's not true. I'm not in the spaceship. Boy, these aliens are friendly. We all thought they'd be mean. No, right there on Dale Mabry. There's a spaceship. You can walk right up in it. I mean, what's the age of disclosure? Hell, we've known about this forever. What is some type of nuclear secret? Some type of No, it's right there on Dale Mabry. You give them a couple of green pieces of paper and they're really friendly. Really, really friendly.
Just a couple of green pieces of paper.
Yeah, I don't even need a lot. Yeah. So listen, don't be all scared about these aliens. They look like hot strippers and they've come to be friendly. So,
all right. Now I believe in aliens, JP. You've convinced me.
Now you want to watch the documentary.
Now I want to see the aliens.
Yes, there was a landing on Dale Mabry in Tampa.
Maybe that's why I've had such horrid luck with chicks and with marriages, is because I'm just not meant to be with the girl on this planet.
There you go. Yeah. Ashley, I'll get worse in the doghouse now. She has these wonderful fantasies of aliens coming down and taking her away. She's like, yeah, I won't give you a lot. I won't give you a lot of detail, but she's like, yeah. I'm like, well, who's to say they're mean? Can't wait. Please, take me away. Ashley's right. Please. Like, if they come down and want to take you, you going? I'm like, hell yeah. Have you seen what the future looks like in America? It ain't pretty. It is not pretty. Yeah. All right. Anything else we need to get to here, partner?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, the world is ending soon, so don't worry about a college football playoff. The Tropicana Field is new, by the way. Everything is going to be new inside. They did a media tour yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Of course, it's not done. But right now it looks like a big beach ball because there's different color panels, but they say they're going to bleach out so it'll all be white by the time we get to play.
I wonder.
I don't know. They said I didn't hear from the media people. I didn't get an invitation.
You weren't invited again?
No, I was not. Their PR department is still not put me on the email list yet. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Nothing imminent just yet. Although they may want to go over to the winter meetings next week over in Orlando.
I think you should do it. Let's do a show from there.
Rick says, I think Ashley's talking about the gardener or the pool guy. We don't have a pool. Even more strange that there's a pool guy showing up. We don't have a pool. What's going on? Why do we have a pool guy, honey? We don't have a pool. I don't know.
Just in case, JP.
Just in case we get one. Oh, all right. I'm done with you people. Thank you guys for joining us. Appreciate you. Thanks to Joey Johnston for joining us, and also the great Brian Bradley, who predicted a 7-3 win tonight. Kucherov 5 points. So go to your Hard Rock app and make that parlay, kids. Be fantastic. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.